By an upstate congressman to end a vaccine mandate passed the House today. The Freedom for Healthcare Workers Act would end the White House mandate requiring healthcare workers to get a COVID-19 shot. District 3 Representative Jeff Duncan introduced the bill, which was co-sponsored by more than 70 Republicans last week, and it passed a House vote this afternoon with bipartisan support.
No American should be forced to choose between receiving a COVID shot or losing their livelihood. But CMS uses the purse strings to force policies on healthcare systems. I have serious concerns regarding the practicality, efficacy, and morality of a vaccine mandate for healthcare providers.
Now, 7 Democrats joined Republicans to pass the bill, which now heads to a divided Senate.